People of Reddit, what are some of the guy code and girl code unwritten rules that you always follow? Should a bro die in a weightlifting related accident, a bro will add at least 100 pounds to the bar before reporting the incident. Be generous with your closest friends. Buy them an occasional drink or their favorite soft drink without keeping score of whose turn it is to pay. If another lady walks past and you notice a blood stain on the back of their pants/skirt, tell them, but do it discreetly. Recently noticed a passenger had a spot on her pants. Wrote her a note and slipped it to her as I was collecting trash from the carriage. Half hour later, I see her again and she has a different change of pants on. She was super thankful. If somebody loans me money, it's my job to remember to pay back, not this to collect. Upwards nod equals we're friends and I'm acknowledging you. Downwards nod equals I don't know you, but I'm acknowledging you. If he drives, you pay for parking. If you see a girl with her skirt tucked into her tights, tissue stuck to her shoe or lipstick on her teeth, tell her. Guy code, don't try to get with someone else's partner. Always give at least one space for urinals. Head nod. If someone offers to pay, you should ask them if they are sure. If they are, then it is rude to further reject what is supposed to be a kindness on their part. I got the bill. Are you sure? Yeah. Don't worry about it. Thank you. When a girl says I won't tell anyone, what she really means is I won't tell anyone except my best friend. Source, girl. If you hear anything about a girl having a thing for your bro, you tell him immediately. I don't care if you're in the jungle with no cell phone service. You walk back to the nearest cell phone tower and let him know so he can get laid. Never steal a bro's large fry. If your friends help you move, you are expected to A, be packed already, and B, provide pizza and drink. Treat your friend's girl as if she's a guy. Guy code, never try to get with a friend's past flame without explicit discussion and permission. Gas your friend up when their crush is present. Driver gets the aux cable until responsibility is delegated. Heart-to-hearts are for after 3 AM. My girlfriend was telling me last night that she always carries an extra pad or tampon because you'll never know when another woman may need one and not have one. She said it's an unwritten rule for women that even if you hate the person, you will give them one if they need it. Got me thinking, what other unwritten rules have I not heard of? Girl code, if something is fixable within 5 minutes, makeup, something stuck in teeth, small things on appearance, you tell her and help her if needed. If it isn't fixable on the spot, you keep your mouth shut and especially don't point it out to others. Last slice of pizza or last pop/drink always goes to who paid for it. If you all chipped in, you don't have to ask, but you have to tell, and never take both in the same hangout. No matter what the earlier rules say, never mess with the music in another person's car. Don't care how crap you think their taste is. If you know someone else had a regrettable hookup, no you don't. Not even if you fall out and become enemies. You don't remember. You can have the last drink. You can have the last slice of pizza. You can't have both. No, haven't seen him at the pub. I only had one chance to exercise this girl code rule. But once I was passing a girl in the lobby of a building and she told me that she had just gotten a straight perm and was waiting for the rain to pass before she went outside. So I let her share my umbrella for 5 blocks while we walked to a bus stop together. I would do that for any woman if it happened again. Perms are $200 plus. Can take up to 3 hours and are ruined if you get them wet within 48 hours of having the procedure done. Edit because I keep getting the same questions about perms. 1. Cost. It costs a lot because it's a lot of work for the hairdresser. You are mostly paying for his/her time, plus the chemicals and tools they use. Professional hairdressers charge a lot for their services if you are asking for anything beyond a basic haircut. 2. Time. It takes a long time because in a straight perm, the one I had 10 years ago anyway, they put the chemicals in my wet hair and then used a wet to dry straightening tool to perfectly straighten every strand of hair. If they tried to do it quickly, they could have damaged my hair, burned me with steam, or left some areas unstraightened. 3. Showering. You can shower with a shower cap or with a towel wrapped around your head if you keep your hair out of the water. 4. Do women still get perms? 8 is perms were to curl straight hair because that was the most popular style. Most perms today are to straighten curly hair because that's been a more popular style for the past 15 plus years. For some people, no style is universal obviously. When your best friend dies, you have to delete his internet history. Common courtesy. If you sell a buddy a car or anything of value cheaper than normal because they are a friend, that friend must offer to sell it back to you before offering it to the general public. Up if you know him, down if you don't. If a guy needs a tampon, you give it to him, no questions asked. I'm from the south, so some of mine are probably southern type of things. 1. Don't kill an animal unless you are going to eat it. 2. Unless he starts it, you must defend your friend in a fight regardless of the odds. If he started it, you intervene before he gets fricked up too bad, but only enough to extricate him from the situation. 3. If you go fishing and it's not your boat, you buy the drink, ice, and bait. 4. For close friends, show up to funerals, weddings, and birthdays, even if you don't want to. 5. Pay for the bachelor at his bachelor party. 6. If a friend is going through a bad breakup, it is the responsibility of the bro tribe to keep him out of the house as much as possible for the first few months. 7. If your friend is generally a hard-working, industrious guy, and they hit a financial rough spot, and you can help, you help. 8. In the event of a hurricane or other disaster, assemble the brothers, grab the chainsaws, shovels, coolers and drink, and go house to house fixing crap. Don't wait for freaking FEMA. Do the crap yourself. 9. If a bro is in jail, and you can afford to post bail, then you post bail. 10. If a bro is stranded somewhere, you go get him, regardless of what time it is. 11. Don't let your brothers drive wasted. Period. 12. If a bro seems genuinely down, ask them for a drink and ask them if they are okay. Sometimes they just want someone to listen, and usually only a bro or their dad will listen or care. 13. If a bro wants to learn to hunt or fish, and you know how, teach them and don't talk too much crap about their ineptitude. Once they have learned a bit, you can talk crap about how crappy of a shot they, or how they always backlash the rails. 14. If you have a professional service that you provide, and your bro needs it, it's okay to do it for free the first time. 15. If a bro is working on his house or truck and needs help, and you know how to use tools, then help his ass out. 16. If you have a truck and bro needs to move something big, like a BBQ pit or a cornhole set, you loan him the truck, or go with him. 17. If a bro is having a BBQ, you bring some kind of meat and drink. 18. Never touch another man's grill without his permission. 19. If you see your bro's girlfriend or wife getting harassed by a dude and your bro isn't there, you are the surrogate bro and must intervene. If you are fighting, no matter what, don't touch the balls. At least 2 pats on the back when hugging another guy. Unless you are asked and willing to provide further details, keep remarks about the time you spent with someone vague and borderline childish. Example, you've spent a night with your GF. You did everything from oral, to new positions, to using some of her toys. Your description and summation of all these events can be stated as I got some. You absolutely never share a glass of milk with another man. Brothers before hoes, but not before wives. Sure, it sucks when a buddy has to stay home for a weekend camping trip, but if his wife's sick and they have a 3-month-old, it's probably best that he keeps his family's interests above your own. Haha. If their bedroom door open, be careful to sound your approach before popping in. Never know what he's up to. Gal urinal, peen in hand. Don't talk to me, man. If you see another girl in an uncomfortable situation, you try to get her out of there or at least let her know that you got her back. I've done it for everyone. From my sister, to my friends' moms. One time at a school event, my best friend's mom somehow ended getting an unsolicited massage from another parent with boundary issues, and I quickly made an excuse up that I needed help at the concession stand. No one is too old or too young to do this. On a more lighthearted side, in my experience, when you hug another girl, you always try to slot the boobs by going slightly to the side so that you don't just mash your chests together and hurt someone. Thou shalt never hold a bro's wingman duties against him. When you're chatting up a girl, I don't care how unattractive a friend he's flirting with is, or how bad his flirting technique is. When he's distracting the air defenses to give you a clear run at the target, you do not insult his flying. Girl code: whenever another girl asks how she looks, if you have something negative to point out, do it gently and follow up with at least one or more positive. As a guy that lifts weights and has brought some of his other male and 2 female friends into the fold, you never, ever slander another person's weight on any lift. If your friend is 250 pounds and only benches 135, but is trying his ass off, then you never make a sound other than howling intense encouragement at them. The rule in my basement is everything is heavy to somebody. As long as you're giving it your full ass, then the number is irrelevant. In his home, you always call another man's dog a good boy. Silence at the urinal. Man, I will not speak to you unless I require immediate medical attention and you appear to be a doctor. If possible, I will take a urinal at least one urinal away from anyone else and select spacing to maximize the number of potential peas who needn't stand shoulder to shoulder. Guy code: if your wasted bro is about to cheat on his girlfriend, you must follow through with one intervention. If he says he doesn't care, you did your part and are free from any responsibility. Lightly picking on each other is a sign of endearment, but you should always be trying to build each other up. Don't put someone else down just to make yourself look/feel better. Everyone wants to feel important and the center of attention sometimes. Don't bang someone that your friends are deeply invested in, even if it's not going to go anywhere. I wish I had friends who followed any of these. See something, compliment something. Bro code: if a girl passes out at a party, you're not allowed to touch her. Make sure one of her lady friends knows as soon as possible. Preferable a relatively sober one. Not every girl follows this code but should. When you see a woman in need of help because somebody won't leave her alone, you either tell someone or step in as her best friend and persuade the person to go. Women also just know to go to the bathroom together, for opinions on appearance, to gossip briefly, or just for safety reasons. Don't hold grudges against your brothers. Just tell him to frick himself for doing thing X and move the frick on. On the other hand, if you did something to your bro, say sorry and buy him drinks, first part optional, and don't do that crap again. I will wingman any man. I don't even have to know you. Hell, I'll wingman any woman too. If you are trying to make an impression on someone you think you'll hit it off with, call me. I love, and I'm always willing to help make it happen. People who end a sentence with man, dude, or, my personal favorite, brother are immediately trusted. It's like a secret handshake that says at the very least, we are not enemies. This is going to sound weird as a guy code thing, as it's actually a bro thing to do for women. If I happen to be walking somewhere at night, think grocery store parking lot, and I'm behind a woman, I always scuff my feet or something, so that she doesn't get freaked out by a man popping out of nowhere. As a fast walker, I will usually also slow my pace, so she doesn't think I'm trying to gain on her or anything. Women's lives are filled with these safety related mini panic attacks, and as a guy, I try to do my best to not cause them. Your girlfriend/wife's friends know about the length, girth and average time to completion. Guy code: when greeting someone and you're not sure if they're a hugger, always shake their hand first. It allows them to throw up the other arm for a hug if they're down for it. Dude, if there's like 8 open urinals, don't take the one next to me. If a girl throws up or passes out from drinking, no guy will touch her, even if it means I have to glue myself to her for the rest of the night. If you have a tampon and someone says they need one, you hand it over, no exceptions. If a guy is imposing himself on a girl physically, you are obliged to rudely squeeze yourself between them and help her escape. Also, it's called bro code and ho code. When the circle is closing and my bro gets knocked, I will always run into the blue to retrieve him. Always. Don't date your friend's ex. Female here. 1. If you see another girl crying in the bathroom of the bar/club/venue you're at, you ask what's wrong and try to help. 2. If you have a tampon or pad to spare and someone needs it, even if it's someone you hate, offer it to them. 3. If a girl looks distressed or uncomfortable with the guy who is hitting on her at the bar/club/venue you're at, she's now going to be a new member of your crew. This one is a little tricky, but it's usually pretty obvious when someone needs an out but can't manage it or is frozen or intimidated. If you see it happening, try to catch her eye because she'll be looking around. Once you make eye contact, it's pretty easy to figure out if she needs an out. Then swoop in and do the whole "hey girl, where the crap have you been? We're all waiting over at the table for you." And then you hook your elbow through hers and walk her back to your table of friends. 4. If you rowdy know that a friend's boyfriend/fiance/husband doing shady, skeezy crap, you tell that friend right away. Have your boys back in an altercation/fight/argument. I'm not saying 100% of the time step up for them. Sometimes people do dumb crap and deserve the consequences. But if the need arises, you should have their back, even if it just means stepping up beside them to look intimidating. If I offer someone a drink or other alcoholic beverage and they turn it down, I never push it. Sometimes I don't want to drink, and I hate being pressured. Never pressure a drink on someone. I just go by human code. If you look homeless and hungry, I will buy you food. If you drop crap, I'll help you pick it up, even if you didn't need help. I will always let one person cut in front of me in merging traffic. If you start telling a story in a group and everyone starts talking over you, I will say, "And then what happened?" and listen even if no one else is. I always leave a public bathroom cleaner than I found it. My life motto is, don't be an asshole. Doesn't matter the gender. Edit. It's made me so happy to see all of you who responded with other things you do to be decent humans. And thanks to the person who gilded this comment about trying to a good human instead of the other dumb crap I've said on this site. Never cross swords during a threesome. When guys fight, we never hit the groin. It's against the Geneva Convention/S. Till I need better friends. If there is one slice of pizza and one drink left, don't be selfish by taking both. If anyone needs a tampon, she shall get a tampon. It simply doesn't matter who. If you see someone in trouble, you will know her and you will get your friend from the creeper. I've done this a million times, and the "oh hey, I didn't know you were here too" to a complete stranger being harassed by a creeper hasn't once been met with nothing but relief and instantly acting along. Also, sometimes we exchange looks when men do stuff. I have had that eye contact with women plus 50 years older than me with whom I don't speak a word of the same language. It's universal. My personal rule is that I have a bat phone. If you call me on the bat phone and I gauge your problem to be serious, I'm on my way. Doesn't matter if I'm at work or it's the dead of night. I will come. You never let your bro take home a girl who is sloppy wasted. He's absolutely allowed to be mad at you that night. But if he's still mad in the morning, that's not the type of friend you want to have. With male friends, the day we stop making fun of each other is the day we are no longer friends. The ultimate dating code. Take your age, divide it by 2 and add 7. This method gives you the minimum age you can date a guy or a girl. Works 100% of the time, 90% of the time. Never ask a woman if she's pregnant, even if she's 8½ months in and ready to pop. Saying no homo before pounding your bro. The guy code rules for eating a banana. 1. Never make direct eye contact with another man while eating a banana. 2. Never close your eyes while biting the banana. 3. Never take a bite longer than 1 inch in length. 4. Never take more than 1 second to bite the banana. 5. Never let your lips touch the banana. I'm engaged now, but when I was single, I refused to ever get even slightly involved with a guy one of my girlfriends had been romantically involved with in the past. Even if my friend claimed it wasn't a big deal, or that she is fine with it, I know that at the end of the day, if you truly care about a friendship, you won't go after their ex-flames, even if the two were never official. Call your best mates idiots and the idiots around you mate. Never stir another man's porridge. The person who buys the shots makes the toast. Too many times I've seen someone buy a round of shots and someone else jumps in with a toast. If you want to make a toast, buy a round. Never admit to checking out someone's girlfriend/spouse. I always warn my fellow women about how freaking much an IUD insertion can hurt if they are considering getting one. It wasn't a little pinch. It wasn't light pressure. It was the single greatest pain of my entire life. And my doctor straight up lied to me about how many women experienced pain similar to childbirth during insertion. And in the days that follow while your uterus gets used to a foreign object. Don't just take to Tylenol beforehand like the doctor says. Demand better options. Birth control should not be an enormous physical burden, just because your male practitioners have no idea what the insertion feels like. If your bro is telling tall tales to impress a woman, you back him up, no matter what. Eyes forward, no talking at the urinal. Pass by someone you know in the public restroom, a nod of acknowledgement, nothing more. Maybe a grunt to accompany it, or a hey if the asshole decides he's not going to follow those rules. Nod up if you know them, nod down if you don't. Guy code. Don't use the nearest urinal, always at least a buffer of one, unless they're all full. If you're a tall guy and you're in a grocery store and a short couple is having trouble reaching something on the top shelf, don't go over there and grab it for them. Let the dude figure it out. No chatting on the crapter if you're in the next stall. Always if you see a hot girl or guy that your buddy doesn't see, give your buddy the elbow bump heads up. If I'm in a group in front of yours and you're walking behind us into a restaurant, don't let the guy from the group in front of you hold the door for your group too. Jump in and grab the door after his group goes in. Edit. Regarding number 2, I've had single women yell at me for assuming they need help in this situation as well. Keep in mind I'm 6'7", so I can very easily see and reach the top shelves in stores. But I've had women and men almost destroy a shelf rather than ask for help, so unless they ask I just keep walking and snicker to myself. When guys get to a bar or a big party, first thing they do is instinctively scan the room for signs. If any potential troublemakers, usually the telltale sign is a very loud, rowdy person who is drinking a lot. Once that person is spotted, every guy in there keeps their eye on him throughout the evening. Often in the presence of such a troublemaker, you'll see guys making eye contact and nods of acknowledgement to other guys they've never seen or met before. This is the silent way that we say, if this asshole starts some crap, I got your back. Never frick a mate, sex or crush. If a guy looks like he acting creepy, you walk up and start a conversation with them. If you see a guy with his zipper down for his pants, just go and zip it up yourself. He will appreciate it. If a girl is in need of a tampon or a pad, and you have one, you give it to her. No matter how much you hate her, no one deserves to bleed on their jeans. When you lend a friend or family member money, welcome, but don't expect a payback. Look at it as a gift, rather than a loan. The alternative to this would be to never loan money to friends or family. Guy code in 2018. When at a bar, never even bother to respond to an insult from a wasted girl, whether you deserved it or not. Your response will trigger a mob mentality that will either physically harm you or turn you into the bad guy. Just ignore the wasted girls overstepping their rights and move on. Why does girl code seem to only involve tampons? Tampons, urinals, and ex-freaking tradesmen. And I don't live much outside of work. These are things I've learned. Never ever disrespect a dude from work in front of his family. It doesn't matter if the two of you crawled through sludge oil, cussing like sailors, and he just fricked up like a politician. If his wife and or kids are there, you mind your yes ma'ams. Keep your eyes to yourself and treat him like a brother. If you need something changed or weren't sure and made the wrong call, you're allowed to change your mind, but you're not allowed to rewrite the past. I don't remember saying that. Wasn't me. I'd never do such a thing. Gaslighting bullcrap is not cool. If someone says they don't know how to do something, it's no longer their fault that it's done wrong. It becomes your job to make sure it's done right and that they know how to do it. In return, you have their respect. I don't expect much else. Most other odd crap is just people's personalities. Good head is good head. Always return the favor. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can watch together.